Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sir Tommy P., Defender of the Faith.
And I am Empress Emily M.
And we are the Nephilim Murder Crew.
Good evening. It is Wednesday, December 4th.
It
at
is.
7:17 p.m. Central Time Zone.
Is that what time it is?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep, that's where we're at. Good evening, Meat Cavern. Will. Royal Deluxe popped in. Hello. Good evening. And JC is here. Hello, JC.
Knickers.
Yeah.
Hello, Will. How are you doing, sir? And JC, hello.
Hello, JC.
Let's just put them all in there.
Sorry. That's where I was going. I was gonna pull up all the bookmarks.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mad Miller. So earlier this evening.
Well, it's funny because that says 0, but clearly it's not 0.
Yeah, clearly it's not. Because people are here. StreamYard can't be perfect.
Yeah, I guess.
You know,
what am I paying for then?
Well, on OBS, we never knew how many people were watching. It was always.
We still don't know how many people are watching.
Yeah, that's true, right? So, good evening, Curtis.
Hold on, there's one person watching. Which one of you guys is the one person watching? I want to know.
It made me gleek.
That made you leak?
You made me gleek.
Oh, gleek. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same but different.
Same but different.
Oh man, we got what were you even trying to say?
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say earlier this evening before we went live, we had Father Nick came by the house and said a blessing over the studio.
Yes. Father Nick came and blessed the studio and then had dinner with us.
Yeah, and then had some tacos.
Yeah, so it was a good time actually. Yeah. Good conversation. He agreed to come be a guest on the show.
Yes, he did.
I don't know when that will be, but we will have a Catholic priest here probably within the next month. It may be after Christmas, but
and now that I'm like thinking about relaying the conversation, I'm kind of realizing how absurd and surreal it actually is. Dinner conversation was we discussed how we did the episode on the Supreme Court cases regarding church and prayer and any sort of religious influence in the public schools. And then the other part of the conversation was about like the detriments to just like women's health as a whole regarding birth control, taking religious opinions out of it entirely just for like the health and well-being of women. That was like the other side of the conversation. So it was interesting. So I'm actually very much looking forward to having something to talk to him about.
Yeah. Subliminal says I'm looking powerful. I'm still I'm still in my work clothes. I came home and didn't have time to change because we were having Father Nick over and so I'm still in my work clothes. It's cold out here, so I'm wearing a sweater.
Yeah,
it's a collared shirt underneath my sweater. It's not a turtleneck.
Yeah.
In case anybody was wondering, it kind of looks like a turtleneck.
Oh yeah, because of the lighting and the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and it's also the same color, so.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was earlier this evening. So now the studio is blessed, and I feel like I can't jackass as much as I once did.
Right. Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting growth to watch, and I'm glad you guys are going to be here for it. So expect some less sailor-like language.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because also earlier today, I know this is a Wednesday show and it shouldn't be all about us being Catholic, but I just need you guys to stick with me for like 2 more minutes real quick.
That's fine. They'll deal with it. They're not anti-Catholic people.
I know they're not.
Okay.
I know that they're not, and they like hearing the life stories and turning ourselves into like real people is kind of nice. But anyways, I went.
People.
Yeah. I went to mass this morning, and on my way out, a couple of the ladies that teach that are on the leadership team of the RCIA program, they, asked me what I was doing this morning and then invited me to sit in on their book club that they do, which was really cool, really cool. It was like an hour long though. So I spent like 2 hours today at church hanging out with church ladies. And that was a odd experience for me because I haven't had to modify my behavior around anyone other than my mother-in-law. And I'm not around her very often.
And you're not too good at it either.
And I am not the best at it.
It doesn't help. Well, the problem is that I refuse to modify my behavior on my mother. I am who I am, Mom, and you're gonna love me anyway.
And that has rubbed off on me in the best ways possible, but it also enables me to not have to be completely ladylike. I can still, kind of donk a little bit. Anyways, I'm getting signals that it's time to clean up my act, as it were. So,
Oh, Mr. Squatch and Haram are in the chat now.
oh, good evening. Hello. How we doing?
Yes.
You'll behave. Well, thanks, Squatch. Good evening, Reef. How you doing, bud? I know you guys are going to be going live in a little bit. So after us, go check in on the boys.
Yeah, for sure.
Tom looks like a patrol officer.
Thank you, sir. That was what I was going for. Is patrol officer Tom. It's cold in here, man. It was freaking like 14 degrees this morning. I wanted a sweater. Give me a break. Had the priest over. I didn't have time to change. If you missed that whole segment.
Oh, looks like a parole officer. Oh wait, I read patrol and he typed out parole. That's funny.
Yeah. Apparently, I look like a Star Trek extra. That works. I get it. Oh. Okay, maybe I do look like a parole officer around that. Although I could see patrol too if I just put a badge on.
Right,
Navy blue.
Yeah.
Like, it could go either way.
The khaki pants he's wearing give it the full patrol officer and not parole officer.
No, I'd say the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, patrol officers wear blue and blue. They're cops.
Oh, yeah, that's true, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, parole officers are just like business casual.
Yeah.
If they're that type of a parole officer.
Yeah, no, this sweater with these chinos is definitely a parole officer look.
I don't know. Any parole officers I ever saw looked like Dog the Bounty Hunter, so.
Maybe I'm Dog the Bounty Hunter. You don't know that.
No, I mean, like, they looked like Dog the Bounty Hunter. But also, I'm talking, like, the only ones I ever saw in person were, like, in Pierce County. And leave your house, you should look like Dog the Bounty Hunter. You look warm and inviting. Yeah, see? It's funny because
it's the exact opposite. This is why idiots think it's okay to come talk to me at work and why they leave sad.
Oh, yeah. They're like, oh.
It looks inviting, but no, it's very abrasive, sir.
He's not Mr. Rogers.
Oh. Anyway, we got a point to what we're doing tonight, right? Now we're not just talking about my sweater.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's like a show thing, I guess.
I feel like we've dedicated enough time to my sweater.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Okay, so what were we talking about before my sweater? We were talking about Father Nick and you're
me cleaning up my act and trying to be slightly more ladylike and proper.
Okay, so do we close all that stuff out?
Yeah.
It's all covered.
Sure.
Okay. On to the main event. The fucking Jews.
Yep. That's where let's just jump right in.
Oh man.
And we're kicked off of YouTube. The stream has crashed.
So you wanted to make this point, and then I found a bunch of Calvin Robinson posts that I thought were great because he's been on the Jews rant. Not in the way a lot of you guys think, but in the proper way, the Catholic way.
Yeah. Okay, so
you gotta be nice about it. That's the Catholic way.
Yes, that is true. Scroll a little bit down, and it should be. We can start with the reminder from what Pope Pius said.
Oh, all the way down. Is that still in here?
No, I bookmarked the recent reply to Goldstein from the space the other day.
That was up here.
Yeah, probably.
Jeez.
Best time to wear a blue sweater is all the time.
Agreed.
Yeah. 0 days without Jewish antics. Correct. Also, hey. We didn't break the no alien invasion streak. We added a day to it. That never happened. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. There was no alien invasions. I don't see anything here bookmarked for
what
you're talking about.
All right. That's fine.
So anyway, what were you saying now?
Oh, I was just gonna read what Pope Pius said about. No, go ahead. Pull up your Calvin Robinson ones.
We're not gonna go all the way back up there.
You could just refresh the page and we'll land you back at the top.
No, I'm good. I'm right here.
Okay.
And I passed it. Look at this. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Oh, that's a good one to start with.
Okay.
No, of course that's not gonna work. So Father Calvin Robinson posts, why are Christians still being emotionally manipulated into a false dichotomy? Either make an idol of Israel or you're an anti-Semite. Say no to Zionism. Talmudic Jews reject Christ. Jews of the Bible who followed Christ are now Christians with the Gentiles. Yeah, with the Gentiles graft in. That's exactly what it is. Why don't I button to work? Anyway.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I figured out why it's not there. Goldstein has caught a sussy.
Oh.
Blah blah blah. Hotep Goldstein has been suspended from Twitter. So it's not there. I'll dig for it and find it elsewhere. The issue with Zionism that I have is the fact that it
I know where I have it.
Is manufactured support. It is it's been preemptively planned out. It's like a built-in feature.
And this is only American Christianity, and that's the big tell.
And that is ultimately like
no other
that should drop the scales from thine eyes. It's just us. It's only us in America that believe this. It's only the people that are asked to foot the bill for it that believe this.
Nowhere else in the world, anywhere, do Christians believe that modern day Jews are God's chosen people, and that when they refer to Jerusalem post Old Testament, New Testament stuff, they're referring to the Christian church.
The people.
They're not talking about New Jerusalem. Is not the actual dirt in Israel.
No,
it is the church.
Yes, it is the people who follow Christ, the Catholic people, because up until a certain point, that's all there was. But that's another story for another day. That horse is well dead.
Right.
So, I guess the thing mostly to keep in the front of your brain while people are screeching, "You're an anti-Semite," and you're out here naming the Jew, nuance. A little bit of nuance and a little bit of education on your end makes it go a lot further.
Yeah, there's another Calvin Robinson tweet to talk about.
To tie it all in.
But here I found where I bookmarked. Yeah, I know where I keep this always.
Yes.
It's been probably 3 weeks since we showed this to you guys.
So we're due for a reminder.
Yeah, it's about time we show it again, honestly. Just to remind everybody what Pope Pius X has to say about the Jews. And it says, no Catholic should ever harbor, much less express support for the state of Israel. We are unable to favor this movement. We cannot prevent the Jews from going to Jerusalem, but we could never sanction it. The ground of Jerusalem, if it were not always sacred, has been sanctified by the life of Jesus Christ. As the head of the church, I cannot answer you otherwise. The Jews have not recognized our Lord, therefore we cannot recognize the Jews, the Jewish people. And that's kind of and so if you come to Palestine and settle your people there, we will be ready with churches and priests to baptize all of you.
Yes, and that was the stance in 1904 when the idea of nation Israel was being tossed around and planned, and they were in the coming up with our business plan and proposing it to other people.
Pre-World War I,
right,
is when they started tossing this idea around. Yeah, and honestly, I think that was the whole point of the Holocaust.
Yeah,
was to get enough support and emotion from people to
Yeah.
The Holocaust.
It didn't start with babies in incubators.
Yeah.
It didn't start there.
So, yeah, so you have to believe that 6 million Jews were killed, even though it's mathematically impossible, so that they could garner enough emotional support to
foot the bill for something for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's mostly the thing is, it's a desire to not be duped, a desire to not be taken advantage of, and if you're gonna do that, I should be able to say that I don't support us doing that because this is America and we have free speech.
Yeah, that too. Um, There's that one. Oh, yeah, here we go. So here's the one that kind of has the more Christian Catholic take. Hating people because they are Jewish is referred to as anti-Semitic. Supporting an ethnically Jewish state is referred to as Zionist. Christians should be neither. Uh, why is this so complicated? We do not hate people based on their ethnicity or religion. We I hate how this opens up here.
Yeah,
We can and should discourage people from following evil, false religions, but that is not because we hate people. It's because we love them and we want them to go to heaven. The only way to the Father is through the Son. Christians should not make an idol of the geographical Israel. The church is the new Israel. The Old Testament is to be understood through the lens of Christ. The New Testament fulfills the Old.
Yeah. And that's the stance that most Christians for a long period of time had until
Schofield and Darby.
Yeah. Until their holy texts were compromised and their churches compromised and everything else that goes along with that.
So, so yeah, you should want Jews to convert because you love them and want them to go to heaven.
Yes.
But that also doesn't mean roll over and
be their human shield
right. You don't you can love somebody without loving what they do and how they act.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah, love is not permissive. Love is corrective.
Yes.
And that's the thing that has been lost somewhere along the way. We've gotten I don't know. We've gotten it wrong. And the message to us is it's totally okay. You're totally fine. You're great the way you are. Embrace all your flaws. Sure. I guess, right? Like there's some things you can't change about yourself. Absolutely. But there are things we can change and should change. And having a society that tells us like, go ahead, do it, be it, it's fine. Doesn't allow for a majority of the Christians to actually live out what is required of you when you are a Christian. Like you have to pick up your cross. You can't like stuff it off in the corner and just let it sit. I mean, you could for sure, but like, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to pick it up, and the cross weighs what it weighs, bud. Like that's what it is. So if that's too much for you, get rid of some of your own shit so you can haul that around. And I don't know. Americans don't like doing anything hard. It's scary.
No, that's why
circle back to me saying we're house pets.
That's why Americans are the only ones who believe in the pre-tribulation rapture too.
Yeah, that's the other part.
Because we're not going to suffer. We don't suffer.
Boy, don't we love avoiding consequences?
Yeah, and suffering. Like Americans don't know what it means to suffer. They really don't.
No.
So yeah, of course they have this grand notion of we're going to be saved.
Right.
We're going to get swooped up, and then everybody else is going to be punished.
Right.
Like no, the whole earth will be punished. You know.
Well, we all gotta pay.
Yeah, we all sinned. We're not special.
Right. What else did we? Do we have something?
Not Jew related.
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, whatever. We'll say that. Suffer like dial-up speeds. Yeah, take everybody back to dial-up. That's the You just know that somebody somewhere, like, gets PTSD from fucking, like, when dial-up is mentioned.
Oh, thank you, Bill the Butcher, for the
Thanks,
$5.
Bill.
I still don't see. Apparently, with StreamYard, I can't put that up on the. That's really irritating to me.
That is not ideal.
No, 'cause I can't put it up on the
Is
screen.
it under? Oh no. Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Goldstein. Good evening, sir. I was trying to pull up a response that I had to you. And I seen that you got a sussy. You got suspended.
Oh yeah. Look, where's
And
this Goldstein post at? They're trying to
Yeah.
show on, and yeah, no, it wasn't there.
No, wasn't there. And then I looked at it and it said, "This is from account that has been suspended." And I said, "Oh no." Good evening. Hello. How you doing?
All right.
Uh,
Where were we now?
okay. Well, we covered that to some degree it is okay to do that, to name the Jew and
Yes.
want them to convert and be better.
Yes.
But also, lest we forget that okay. Ooh, circling into the aliens not coming yesterday.
Yeah. We should actually spend a minute to talk about that. I was really disappointed the aliens didn't show up. I thought for sure this is it.
Today is the day.
Yeah. I've got an email. I've got an email saying we pushed it back till the evening.
Yeah.
And nothing.
So hey bro, how you doing?
Oh ho.
So okay. First of all, it not that y'all are late to the party on Cliff High, but I'm annoyed that everybody knows who he is now. I'm just annoyed about it. I kind of like whenever I know something that most people don't, and I get annoyed when other people find out about it because not that y'all can't be trusted with information, but y'all can be trusted with some stuff, most stuff. And the hype that was around it, I kind of already knew there wasn't going to be an alien invasion. But I also have been wanting the kaijus to pop out of the bottom of the ocean. So I was really 50-50 on it. He's like, we're getting ready for him to go to work, and we're sitting there chatting before he leaves. And I was like, it's Alien Day. And he's like, oh, that's right, it's today. So like it was kind of like a back of my head, whatever. I didn't actively seek out anything the day of. But it's just a big nothing burger for now. For now, I guess. But the the other thing is like none of us will know the day or the time. And if it is the aliens, we already know that they're not aliens. So I don't know how everybody thought it was going to play
they're
out.
migrants, right? Is that what we call them nowadays, migrants?
I think that's the language they want.
Yeah. Okay.
So
interstellar migrants, is that what we're saying now?
Oh, all right. That could work. It could work.
Right.
Interstellar migrants.
Yes. They just came here for better life.
They show up in the UAPs and
yeah.
Interstellar migrants.
Yeah, all the technology. They just want a better life. They're just coming here for a job.
They just want to be here for the trees and clean air.
Right. Semi-clean air. Depends on where out in the country you live.
Yeah, I guess. Did you have anything to say about the alien thing that you wanted to?
No. I just was very disappointed it didn't happen. I thought for sure they finally had gotten it right this time. You know, with all the dates and things everybody's been set, that usually they're pretty accurate, right?
Project Bluebeam said.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This Fed on the internet said that it's going to happen, and everybody believed it. So, I don't know.
I mean, everybody loves a good story.
A good story, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a big fan of planned fake alien invasions.
What's the trash mag from back in the day? The Globe, where they'd always have like the alien sightings and the blurry photos of
that was the UK version. No, here it was the National Enquirer. And what was the other one? I can't remember what the other one was.
You know what I mean? Like those things stayed in business forever. So
yeah, well, that's basically what the internet devolved into.
Yeah,
it didn't go away. It just went online. The internet is one big tabloid.
That is very true. And if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Right. Yeah. Why would they put it there if it wasn't?
Who knows?
I've never said anything untrue on the internet.
I've definitely said some bullshit on the internet.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Prepping to sacrifice so the aliens can take me as their human leader. Nice. Have a wonderful stream.
Yeah, you do the same, sir. We'll catch you when we're off of here. Enjoy doing your show.
Tell the boys we say hello.
Yes. Yes, and when you guys are done with us, hop over, check out Haram.
Yes. What else did we have?
I don't know. We did not.
We're buried in the Calvin Robinson post. That's what you're scrolling through.
Oh, I am here. No wonder I'm not seeing anything there.
Yep.
This is why I keep you around.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, this and the
Job
cooking.
security. I'm helping. Oh. Is that a tweet from who I think it is?
Where?
Go down. That one right there.
Yeah, I don't know how that one.
Ugh.
I don't know where any of these came from.
Okay, well, I mean, I put a couple of them in there.
Yeah. Okay, so which one do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Do the fucking
this one?
The top one. I didn't do that one.
I didn't do that one either. That's what I'm saying.
Well, get it. That'd be the one.
Calm down, you. Simmer down now.
Good evening, Scotty. Hello.
Oh, thank you, Scotty. I'm still in my work clothes. To recap, for those of you who weren't here, I got home from work. Father Nick came over to bless our studio area here and hang out and have dinner. And then we came down here and went live. So I'm still in my work clothes.
Still in his work clothes.
Yeah.
I'm still in the clothes I went to mass this morning in.
So now that everybody's caught up,
I thought that this was kind of funny.
If indeed this country is,
I don't think that
and what
funny
really,
as
and what
made
really,
out to be, but
okay, already.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay.
And what really killed me was last Christmas we canceled a song that was written in the 1940s called "Baby It's Cold Outside." People were triggered by that song. Radio stations wouldn't play it. They said it had toxic masculinity in it, and they said that the lyrics had suggestions of male sexual aggression, which is fine if you feel that way. But at the exact same time, the #1 song in this nation for over 2 months was entitled "Wet." Ladies and gentlemen, I am not making that up. Google it. Check me out on that. I'm not lying. For over 2 months, the #1 song was played on the Grammys. It also won the Best Hip Hop Song for the American Music Awards and the People's Choice Awards. And so I thought it would be fun to compare and contrast the lyrics of these two songs to see if indeed this country has lost its mind. Now, let's begin with the horribly offensive Christmas song written just after World War II, "Baby It's Cold Outside." I really can't stay, baby, it's cold outside. I gotta go away, baby, it's cold outside. This evening has been so very nice. Yeah, you f***ing with some wet ass. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass. Beat it up, N-word, extra large, extra hard. Put this in your face, swipe your nose like a credit card. My mother will start to worry. Beautiful, what's your hurry? My father will be there at the door. Listen to that fireplace roar. Well, maybe just half a drink more. Spit in my mouth. Look in my eyes. This is wet. Come take a dive. Talk your shit, bite your lip. Ask for a car while you ride that.
Evening, Redbeard.
Oh.
My sister will be suspicious. Gosh, your lips look delicious. My brother will be there at the door, waves on a tropical shore. Well, maybe just a cigarette more. I need a deep stroker. I need a weed smoker. Not a garden snake. I need a king cobra. I don't want to spit. I want to gulp. I want to gag. I want to choke. I want you to touch that little dangly thing that's swinging the back of my throat. I submit to you that this nation has lost its mind, everybody.
Oh man, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I agree with him. The nation's lost its goddamn mind.
Yeah.
Uh,
and that was like 2 years ago.
The shift from what is offensive and what is not offensive has like it's completely
Upended itself.
it's on 180. Like literally, from what you just read there, it's like what is acceptable and what is offensive from the 1950s to now is completely zoop.
Yep. Yeah. Especially since like the idea of the Baby It's Cold Outside song is a young couple courting. They're having a date. There's a certain level of pro- propriety?
Promiscuity?
No.
No.
There's a certain level of propriety that was expected back in the
Oh yeah, being
40s.
proper, yes.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
there was a process to courting. It was called courting back then.
Right, yeah.
And all that song is kind of like that young person, I really should go, but it is cold out there. Maybe if I just stay a little bit longer, I can fight back my desire to do the thing young people want to do and just soak up this moment a little longer. And that's all that song was about. Like it's relatively innocent, especially when you put it in the time that it was in. And I think like it's a good little time capsule moment. But then also the shift that has happened is now what we're requesting to hear, what we are actively consuming to the point that it stays up at the tippy top for 2 months. 2 months at the tippy top in music stuff is like a year. That's it's insane.
Yeah,
That's
it's especially in this age where everything's
everything
gone in
is
24
so
hours.
Yeah. Where
You're on a
everything
24-hour
is
cycle with everything nowadays.
But yeah, it was at the tippy top for the 2 months.
I mean, hell, Trump was an assassination attempt. It was out of the news cycle in 2 days.
By 8 days, nobody was talking about
Yeah,
it. It was
and honestly, in
completely
2 days, it
over.
was buried. It
Yeah.
was old news. Like we don't focus on anything longer than 2 days anymore.
No.
So yeah, the fact that ridiculous trash song was number one for 2 months,
right,
tells you all you need to know about modern society and why you should avoid it and go to church.
Yes. Yeah, get your ass to church.
Yeah.
Do that.
Preferably Catholic church, but I don't really care at this point. If you're into Cardi B, just go to church. I don't care which one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at that point. Just get to the nearest one. Treat it like an emergency room situation.
Unless the nearest one has a pride flag, and then skip that one.
Definitely don't go to
and go to the next nearest one.
Keep going until there's no pride flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to a church where they take themselves seriously. Then you know you're there.
Right.
Got a coffee bar, probably avoid it.
I mean, just know that you'll not stay there.
You'll wind up a dispensationalist if you stay there.
Yeah. Just don't stay there forever. Don't let them lure you with the free coffee. Coffee's cheap enough.
They're not even free. They have like a Starbucks thing inside. You pay for them, but it's like at my work where we got the coffee on. Like it's there, but you got to pay for it.
Oh, gourd.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like the one that the last one your mom was in Jersey, like where it's just like the Wawa.
No. These have full on like you get espresso drinks on your way in. It's like it's like a Starbucks. It's like
the heck I'm not a
something like my basic, something like my work. And then when you'd walk through those big doors where the factory is, you'd be the church. Except it wouldn't be. No, I misspoke. A couple weeks ago on this show about how large the factory my work is.
Oh, okay.
I said it was 1.5 million square feet, and I lied.
Oh, okay.
It is 3.3 million square feet. I had to look it up. I knew it was big, but I didn't realize it was that big. And we're adding another 1.5 million. But either way, yeah. That's basically a mega church. You know what I mean? They got the coffee stand, and then it's like mega churches nowadays. It's like that one on the corner, but you set up the same way. Just they got
probably
less people, so they don't. You know what I mean? I don't need a mega church.
Yeah.
But that seems to be and I won't call it Protestant because it's really not. Actually, we had this conversation with Father Nick.
Yeah, it's like they're definitely all just evangelicals.
Yeah,
they're not even. They don't hold really any principles.
No, it's
not to be rude, not to be disrespectful, but it's very
every church's view is dependent on how that church's pastor decides to interpret the Bible.
Right. Yeah.
And there's some really shitty messages out there, and there's some of them that kind of get close and like, why are you doing this, idiot? Like, like, why are you people at this guy's church? You should be at a Catholic church or at least a high church Protestant, like a Lutheran LMCS or something like that. Yeah. Anglican, a high Anglican church or something.
Somewhere.
Some of the ANCA churches, not others.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of ridiculous to me that I don't even remember what we're talking about, how we got on this, but
the swap in society and how.
Yeah, and honestly, I believe a lot of these churches have a lot to do with this too. How accepting they are of everything.
Yep.
You got to be accepting and loving. Tolerant. Tolerance is not a Christian virtue. It is not.
No.
What is it? Love, patience. There's the third. I don't know. Either way, tolerance is not a Christian virtue. I promise you.
Charity?
No.
Love, patience, charity?
No.
I don't know.
Charity's part of love.
Oh, okay. I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody in the chat knew any better, they could fill me in. Another Knight's not here to help me out on this.
Yeah. That's okay.
Uh,
all right, so we can unbookmark that one, get rid of that. That was a funny haha.
Yeah, I mean, it was a funny haha, but it is really a sad glimpse at society that we live in.
It is, man.
It's actually sad.
Oh
yeah, we saw that one last week. Why are some of these all
yeah, why are they out of order? That is annoying.
Okay, I want to back out of this.
Right, or maybe refresh it.
I'm just gonna. Why is it not? There we go. No, everything's still way out of order.
Odd.
Yeah.
Is enabling sin a virtue?
No.
Oh,
No, that's tolerance.
that is what tolerance.
Enabling sin is tolerance.
Yes, yes. I'll let Goldstein answer that one, but I've been running on the answer being yes.
Yes, what? Oh, Goldstein from 1984?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's just been my assumption this whole time, but it would not surprise me if I was wrong.
I am going to. I don't know why these bookmarks are all.
That's okay. Elon
promises he'll do better, but he never does.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there it is.
Where? What is?
Is Goldstein suspended? Yeah, because that's the one I said that I.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Weird.
So, did you want to look at this one?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
It's a little out of order, but wasn't there earlier?
Well, let's see. Hold on. Where's some of your earlier stuff? Know your enemies?
Oh, yeah, that works.
We'll just scroll through some Twitter here.
I saw this one this morning.
Yeah, what comes to your mind as a Catholic? Know your enemies. Communism, Freemasonry, and Satanism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Freemasonry is responsible for the enlightenment that we are living in at this moment of tolerance and freedom of religion to practice all religions in every,
all of them means all of them.
Yeah, that's not a Christian virtue. Freedom of religion is the biggest bullshit in the world. I know you guys have all heard me say this before, but there's no way that Muslims and Hindus and Christians and various pagans of other sorts all live together in a community happy. What happens is
they break apart.
Which you've got right now.
Yeah.
There is no community. And they all conspire against each other.
Yes. Because each one feels like they're being invaded or encroached upon by the other.
Or they all feel like they need to force their beliefs on the others.
Yeah.
So when you've constantly got Muslims trying to force everybody to be Muslims and Christians trying to convert everybody to Christians, which they should, but
yeah.
But it's not going to work out.
No.
It's just not.
No. And then communism is down at the very big bottom. It's
communism is the ultimate erasure of God. Period. Yes.
Society, yeah.
Yeah, it is absolutely. It is the government is now God.
Yes.
You believe in us. We are your saviors.
Right.
You rely on us for everything, not some magical person in the sky.
Yep. Nope.
So, yeah, Freemasonry breeds the Enlightenment, and then, as you can see, it eventually tries to turn into communism.
Yep, it morphs itself.
And if it can't, it will, like you saw in Russia with Bolsheviks, it will just forcibly take over.
Yes.
So, it's a never-ending threat. If they can't eventually vote it in like they're trying to do, they'll eventually try to just take it with power.
Yeah.
And that's why they keep making extremists out of the young kids.
Oh yeah.
That's why they keep riling up the young, because they're the ones they're the ones dumb enough to fight for it.
Right.
So
and that's the thing is like you have to each generation you have to try to cast the net to get your young people for something, right?
right,
So
you can demoralize them so much that they will literally do anything for this thing that you claim is going to save them, that you've told them their whole lives is going to save them. If you just get rid of this
if you
system,
just believe in it hard enough,
if you just get rid of all this stuff that's going on right now and let us take over, we promise you it'll be better. It'll be perfect.
we can't do it now,
Right.
but when we have all the power,
Right. Yeah. Well, what if we give you most of the power? No,
we
most of
need
the power.
all of it.
We need.
Now.
Yeah. We need
have
all of it.
all of it, and you have to ask us for it.
And then, of course, these young revolutionaries will be the first ones put against the wall and shot in the back of the head once communism actually takes over,
right?
Because they'll be the biggest threat to the party. Because they're not going to deliver any of them promises.
And that's it.
And now you've got a bunch of pissed off, violent people. Like, yeah, no, you're dead. You're gone because we can't. Yeah.
Right. And this is where I get frustrated because I'm like, it's the exact same thing that we're dealing with now, but we actually have a chance to throw a fit and make a difference. Like we could actually ring these representatives up that we vote for, I don't know, every Tuesday on your way to work and be like, hey, how we doing with XYZ? What's going on with that? Okay, well, I'll check in with you next week. And then next Tuesday on your way to work, hey, how's that going? You gotten anywhere on that yet? No? Okay, cool. If we like actually require them to do their jobs, we don't have to have that shitty communism light bit.
Yeah.
We can get out of that. And that's the way I see it working, but repeal the 19th.
Yeah, that thing.
That too.
That thing. Repeal that thing.
Yep. Oh, hey, there we go. Pop that one up there.
This one here?
Yeah.
All right, you get to read it.
Okay. This one, again, I saw it this morning in my scrolling. The moral of Taken is don't let women emotionally manipulate you or your daughter will be sold into sex slavery. Yes, that is the moral of Taken. That is also the moral of no-fault divorce. Don't do that because the chances of your child being exploited either voluntarily or, and by voluntarily, I mean she ends up with an OnlyFans. Or explicitly because that's the state of the world that we're in now.
So
America is essentially a third world country. American women exploit their children for monetary gain. It happens. We're there.
So I've not seen Taken.
You haven't?
No.
What?
But I know the basic for the guy's daughter gets kidnapped and he goes on a killing spree trying to get her back.
Word.
Okay, so but I'm going to guess based off of this tweet that at the beginning of the story, he doesn't want to let his daughter go on this thing, but his wife manipulates him into letting her daughter go.
Yeah.
Because the dumb wife is like, no, you need to go out.
with her friends.
She needs to go experience life and be a fucking whore. She doesn't need to settle down and get married and raise children and live a fulfilling life. No, she needs to go whore around in Europe for however long she was. Is that how that went down?
I mean, not that extensively.
I mean, that was the underlying story that wasn't told.
But yeah, there was.
Okay. Yeah, you need to go whore around in New York for I don't know how long it was supposed to be for, but yes, no, the mom, no, God forbid my daughter should have a fulfilling life as a mother and a housewife.
Yeah,
no, she should go be his fucking cum receptacle. Go to Europe and just take a whole bunch of Ukrainian dick.
I mean,
there's a bunch of Arabs there too. Maybe you can come back with a nice, pretty brown baby.
Oh boy. Yeah.
No, she would encourage her daughter to abort it. That's the kind of woman this is that would manipulate her husband that way instead of realizing that the best thing for the kid is probably not to go to Europe and be a whore.
Yeah. I mean, the movie, it was just like a trip to Europe, study abroad vacation.
Okay.
I don't.
Maybe she was going to visit all the Catholic churches. I don't know, man.
I was going to say I don't remember what the setting was in which she was going to.
All I know is just knowing the family dichotomy. The father is the one making the responsible, smart decision, and the mom is the one making the emotional based decision. So if it was something that was legitimately going to be good for his daughter, I don't see the father saying no. That's my point.
It's the mom saying yes is her saying, I never got to go to Europe.
Yeah.
And my daughter has the opportunity. She should get it. I
don't
care that it's overrun with migrants and the danger risk is high to American people in general, let alone a young woman.
Yeah. A couple of women traveling by themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go to Europe, so she shouldn't miss out on this. Yes. That's an underlying undercurrent of it.
Yeah, and now think of a few of the
woman brain versus
think of a couple scenarios in when we were in Switzerland, and imagine if it wasn't me and you, and it was you and Heather, or you and what's her name, the other.
all that.
Yeah,
I had one opportunity to do like a spring breaky type of trip to South Padre Island, which is still in America. It wasn't even the trip to Mexico that I said absolutely not. No, no, thank you. That's no, thank you. It was to South Padre Island, and I was like totally sold on it. I'm like almost packing my stuff to go, and just this wave of logic took over me. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, self, I go out to Houston on the regular, hit a dance club on the free cover nights. I don't drink alcohol. I just dance and drink Red Bull and smoke cigarettes. I'm just there to socialize with people barely, but I also go with like 7 other people. And I'm planning to go with people I don't know that well. And there's only like 4 of us going, and we're all girls. And it's spring break in college capital of Texas. The chances of me getting through that weekend unscathed were slim, and I realized it in that moment, and I was like I called the leader of the girl group, and I was like, "Yeah, I actually decided to go work this weekend. I'm gonna get paid overtime, and I'm not going. You guys have fun, though." And I just slowly left that friend group, and I was like, "You guys are gonna get me killed."
yeah, you guys are gonna get yourselves in some trouble, and I'm not gonna be part of that.
Yeah, no, I was like, "There's no, like, responsible adult among all of us. We're all, like, barely 21 years old. This will end poorly. This will end poorly." None of us even had credit cards to cover any sort of an emergency that would happen.
Right,
This
yeah.
is just, like, me later down the line thinking about this as, like, "Man, that one time I almost got myself killed." But I'm
well,
like
the amount of times I just took off on multi-day trips with no real amount of money and no credit card for just in case and barely scrape by, like, I get that as a young person.
yeah,
But again, it's
part of the
different as a young man
adventure.
than it is
Yeah,
as a young woman too.
right, that's
Like, as if I break down on the side of the road or run out of cash or something, like, I'll be, you know
you'll
what I
be
mean?
okay.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. But yeah, it's a much more dangerous situation as a young woman to put yourself in those places. And the logical thing is to have a dad who says, no,
Yeah.
no. And the next best thing is to have a mom who doesn't stand in the way of dad saying no.
Or also have dad strong enough to be like, look, bitch, shut your mouth.
I said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said no.
Yeah. I don't really chime in on much around here.
Right.
But this, I mean it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And we know when I say no to things, it's like, that just no. Because yes, I chime in on so little that when I do, it's like, we're not going to question this.
Nope.
It's just no. Yeah.
Yep. Dad's no never turns into a yes. Mom's no might turn into a maybe.
Right. Yeah. Because mom's weak.
Well, on some stuff, but other stuff, I'm like,
You're just a woman. Emotionally, you're weak. You can be broken down.
yeah.
I had a mother. I know how it works. You can break. You can. Don't work on dad. Dad don't give a fuck.
No, he's like, oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry you feel that way.
His emotional tactics don't work on me, bitch. Hate me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm here to make sure you survive and don't wind up on a pole.
Right. Right. Yep.
Oh.
That is the main purpose.
Here's one of the other Calvin Robinson ones. We'll go back to this because it, whatever. But I finally found it because Elon's fucking us over.
Back to South Africa, Elon.
Yeah.
Hope your Starlink works there.
I forgot how this works for a second. Like, what am I looking at? Like, oh yeah, I forgot. I switched to StreamYard instead of OBS. I'm like, none of this looks
Good
right.
evening, Jenny.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm reading, processing.
Okay. Marxism is evil, sure, but is not enough to be against evil. You must be for good. Being anti-communist alone is lame. Being pro-God is based. Christianity is the antidote to both woke right and communism. And that is based. Is that the word, the youthful vernacular there?
I mean, I hear it a lot, and I get referenced as based. I still don't really know what it means.
Okay, I know what it means, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're one of those people that walks around going based, you're fucking gay.
Yeah.
It's
another one of those things where you're just like, man, how did we get here?
I don't need you to tell me I'm based. I know I'm based.
Right. Yeah.
Oh,
that's a good idea, babe. I only have good ones.
no bad ideas come out of this head.
Right. they don't come out of this mouth usually. Usually, I manage to keep them in there. That's just just keep that thought to yourself. Mad Miller. I broke down in Amish country, spent the night in a stranger's basement waiting for the auto parts store to open.
Sweet.
I was just about to say that is a sweet story.
Yeah. Only in Amish country can you do that.
Yeah.
Like I say, like, yeah, if I broke down in like Lancaster, PA,
nah.
I'll knock on the door like, oh, bro, it's cold out here. My car broke down. I got no much money. Wait for the auto parts to come out. You know what I mean?
Right. They'd be like, okay.
Yeah. Certain parts of Illinois here, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of the country, I'm not taking that risk.
No.
You fall asleep in a neighbor's basement. You wake up in a bathtub full of ice, missing a kidney.
Right.
Nah.
I mean, I was just about to say, like, that's almost the best case scenario.
Right, yeah.
Terrible.
Terrible.
More zeets, please.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to cover, or is that it? We're almost at an hour. Oh, hey, I wanted to share
the stacks one.
Yeah, I just post this real quick.
I mean, that's smart, man. You should stay strapped. Solid plan, sir.
Yeah, solid plan there. So this was retweeted by Mr. Stacks Farmstead, and the system is broken and can be fixed. The system is working as intended. No one is coming to save you. Prepare accordingly.
Yes.
Yeah. Norm bots and free thinkers. And yeah, I think everybody who would be watching this knows this.
Is definitely shifted into the reality of this.
Right. This is not news to anybody. This is not like, but it needs to be repeated every once in a while, just to remind everybody, like, because people get comfortable. You start getting comfortable, you start getting the thing like, oh, shit gets bad, and everybody gets like, oh, shit's bad, but then get used to shit being bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then shit gets a little worse. And then you're like, oh, and everybody gets a little uppity, but then they get used to it being worse. It's the new normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just keep bringing the new normal down a notch. And they're figuring out where that notch is to where people won't get too upset. You know what I mean? Yep. They go too much and they could have an uprising.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Circle back to every single time I mention our relationship with the government. It's an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
So just as much as like the crazy chick that you didn't know was as crazy as she is, just as incrementally as her crazy comes out, that's what they're doing to us.
Yeah, and trust me, these people know they've got centuries of fucking research.
Yeah. And not just centuries of it. It's like they have all the notes from Mao. They have all the notes from Stalin. They have all the notes from the other one and Lenin, and you know what I mean? And then also we've got paperclip people. So like they have the information. Saying base is gay is base.
I love that.
Yeah.
But yes, no, these people have centuries of data to look back on, and they know if we move too small increments, it's taking too much time. We want to get this done as quickly as possible. If you make too big increments, then you're going to cause an uproar, and they're going to,
they freak out.
You may lose your head. So you gotta. They know they've got the exact amount where we can go just this far, where we can speed up the timeline as much as possible, but not to the point where there's going to be an upheaval. And then people just keep dealing with it. And when I say people, I mean me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no different. I'm no different than all of you. Yes. No, I'm very comfortable in my job, in my comfy house, in my nice cars. You know what I mean? Like
the shit's not burning down around me.
Yeah. I am speaking to myself more than anybody at this point. You know what I mean? Like you got to remember to have a plan, keep your skills. Any type of skills are losable. If you don't practice, you forget how to do things. Or you're not capable. You're not capable of doing them as well as needs to be done for survival. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can half-ass my way through some things, but that's only because I have
a
house with heat and electricity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
when it's do this or freeze, you want to make sure that you actually
can pull it off.
Do it.
Yeah. You don't got 3 days to get it right. You got 45 minutes until hypothermia kicks in.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So yes, it's something that everybody knows, but needs to be repeated every once in a while. Just
it's a good reminder.
As a reminder, yeah.
Yeah.
What is this thing? Is this? Is that for a Sunday?
No, I mean it ties into what we've been talking about all night and the Calvin Robinson tweets and everything else.
Right. And
that it's not actually this. A, it's not the same thing. B, it's not the same thing. C, it's still like it's not the same thing. It's its own.
okay, so Old Testament Judaism, modern Judaism, New Testament
Hey,
Christianity.
Jules, you're twerking Santa.
Oh, that's cute. Will that show up on the screen?
I don't think
No, it won't.
Oh, it'll give you the command though.
Right,
so
yeah.
You can do it yourself.
Everybody take that command and put twerking Santas on the screen, please. I can see it right here. It would be nice. Oh, hey, look at
Toss
that.
one of your own in there.
I can toss one of my own in there.
Oh goodness.
There we go. I threw one in there too, guys.
Okay, so this is a meme. The misconception is that Old Testament Judaism is modern Judaism, but also Old Testament Judaism is New Testament, which is Christianity. That's misconception.
Right.
It actually goes Old Testament Judaism, New Testament, born again Christianity. But then it also goes Old Testament, New Testament.
Rejects Jesus.
Rejects Jesus.
Talmudic Judaism, modern Judaism.
Rejects Jesus. The Herodian temple is destroyed. The Talmudic Judaism is started, and then that is modern Judaism.
Yeah. Which are mostly Ashkenazi European Jews anyway, because all the actual Jews converted.
Right.
Not all, but a lot.
Right. And the only reason the ones today exist is because they're something completely different.
Yeah, they're not real Jews.
So, again, it's one of the things that a people who has not been told would not know. And also, if you're actively being influenced to support those not Jewish people, I don't blame you for not knowing this and not seeing it. I just feel obligated to tell you about it.
Right.
So that way, at least I can say, I mean,
I did my part.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, we're right at about an hour. So you guys, we're going to get going so you guys can catch Tower Gang or
over to
Haram.
Tower Gang or hop over to Haram Life and see what's going on with them.
Whichever you guys prefer, you can do. But yeah, we appreciate you guys hanging out. We will be back on Sunday. No, you'll be back Friday, right?
Yeah, I'll be back Friday morning doing something.
Emily will do a morning crew on Friday for you guys, 6:30 a.m.
Jace.
And then we will be back Sunday for another Catholic Chats episode.
Yes.
So
this week we have a speaker. This is our first speaker of the program. And I was forewarned that this is the best speaker that we have coming to us this program, but don't tell anybody else that. I don't want to be disappointed.
Who's coming on Friday?
No, not on Friday. I'm talking about on RCIA on Sunday.
Oh,
it's the best speaker that's going to be coming to us the whole program, and it's on Sunday.
Oh, who is it?
I don't remember the lady's name.
Some lady. Can't be that lady.
Mary Ann.
Did the other women tell you she was the best speaker that you're gonna have? Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
better than Father Adam and Father Nick. Yeah.
I mean,
they're gonna tell me more about Catholicism than Father Adam and Father Nick.
Whatever. I don't know. Probably not. But they're not.
I'm just joking. I don't know. She could be. I don't know. Maybe she got something good to say. We'll find out. We're gonna talk about it on Sunday. Guys.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
And I hope he enjoys his crow.
Okay. Maybe I will enjoy my crow. We'll see. It could be phenomenal.
Who knows? I don't know. No, I'm just hoping it is.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We appreciate it. We love you guys. Episode 30 tonight. Thanks for helping us get to episode 30, because without you, it would have never happened.
Yeah.
So
it's a surreal feeling having the dirty 30th episode.
Yeah.
It's wild that we've done this for 30 weeks with you guys, and I love you. I appreciate all of you, and I'm praying for you with or without your consent.
Yes. Have a good night, guys. Thanks for coming out.